Hello, everyone. It is Thursday night, June 13th, just after 10:50 p.m., and welcome into tonight's video weather discussion, where we are going to have a brief update on what is a severe weather threat that is starting to wind down here tonight across the state. Now, as expected, going into today, we were expecting a severe weather threat across parts of northern and central Illinois, and we have seen that realized across portions of the state as we headed through the afternoon, evening hours today, and now into tonight as well. So on the screen right now is the current radar here out of the region here, Illinois being right here in the middle of the map, as you can see. And you can see here we do have a couple clusters of showers and thunderstorms here from Missouri back over into eastern Illinois, southern Illinois here now shortly, and also into Indiana here. And you can see this activity here across eastern Illinois. This complex here is moving towards Indianapolis and is going to be exiting the state shortly. We have this activity. We have other activity down here across portions of southern Illinois in the vicinity of the I-70 corridor here. You can see that activity is weakening as it moves off towards the southeast as well. So all in all here, things are starting to wind down tonight. The severe weather threat has come to an end for most of the state, quite frankly, at this point in time. You can see things have dried out and are fairly quiet up here across northern, west central Illinois now. Like I said, do have some lingering activity here from eastern Illinois down to the I-70 corridor, but you can see this activity is weakening as it moves off towards the east and the southeast. So with that said here, let's take a look at what we're expecting here for the next several hours for tonight. And as you can see here on this particular weather model, pretty much showing you what I was just showing you on the live radar here tonight. This activity in eastern Illinois moving towards Indianapolis and weakening. We have some weak activity down here in the I-70 corridor that's moving off towards the southeast and weakening here as well. So as we go forward to closer midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You can see how all that activity that's going on across this corridor now will continue to slide off towards the east and the southeast, and it will continue to weaken. So by the time you get up tomorrow morning when the sun is rising across the state, expecting mostly dry conditions. Can't rule out maybe a lingering isolated shower or thunderstorm down here across southeastern or southern Illinois during the sunrise period here on Friday. But other than that, you can see this activity that's going on here once again is going to weaken as we continue to go through the night. So maybe a lingering isolated severe thunderstorm threat for just a little while longer. Kind of in this corridor down here, but that threat for severe weather is quickly coming to an end for tonight. Now, regarding severe weather, like I said, as expected, we were going to be dealing with severe weather across the state today, and we did see some of that. So this map here shows you all of the severe weather reports that we saw, not only across the state of Illinois, but across the region as a whole. The red dots represent tornado reports, blue dots are damaging wind reports, and green dots are hail reports. And as you can see here, we did have quite a bit of reports here across western and into central Illinois. And if you had been following our forecast for the past couple of days, especially with our update this morning, this is the corridor that we were expecting to see most of the severe weather today. There was a level 2 to level 3 severe thunderstorm risk that we had in place for today across this corridor. So it is not surprising at all that most of the severe weather reports were in that corridor. And as we zoom in a little bit here, you'll notice quite a few blue dots here from the Peoria, Bloomington areas over towards Ford County here. A lot of damaging wind reports here in this corridor. Most of that was from this evening. A couple of severe weather reports in the Springfield area from this evening as well. A couple of tornado reports out across the Macomb area. That was from late this afternoon. It appears that perhaps 1 or 2 tornadoes briefly may have occurred near the Macomb airport. That was late this afternoon. And then as you head back towards the Illinois Missouri and Illinois, Iowa borders heading back into southeast Iowa and northeastern Missouri, you could see quite a few severe weather reports out that way as well. So it was a busy severe weather day for some areas. Obviously, you're not always going to see severe weather if you're under a severe weather risk, but the forecast and the risk is there to prepare you for the potential of severe weather. And like I said, as expected, the corridor out here from western into central Illinois is where most of the severe weather ended up occurring today. And like I said, that is where our forecast, really was honing in on for the greatest chance of that severe weather, and that's pretty much where it did occur. Now, as we go forward into time here, things are going to quiet down for Friday. Going to be a fairly quiet day on Friday. Temperatures slightly cooler across the state compared to what they were today, because temperatures today on Thursday across the state made it into the 90s for most areas. Now, as we go into Friday, things are going to be slightly cooler, and I could actually show you that here, and I do mean slightly because it is still going to be a fairly warm day. So let's take a look at those temperatures we're expecting here for Friday. And these are the high temperatures we're expecting for Friday. As you can see here, still temperatures are going to get up into the mid-80s, upper 80s, even low 90s across southern Illinois for Friday. So it's still going to be a warm day, but it's going to be just slightly cooler than it was here today on Thursday. And then as we go into Saturday, Saturday will also be a fairly warm day across the state. Once again, temperatures ranging from the low mid-80s north to the mid to upper 80s, low 90s down across southern Illinois for Saturday. Now, as we go beyond the Friday and Saturday time period, things are really going to start to warm up here. We're going to be looking at some heat and humidity moving in as we get later into the weekend and into next week. So as I quickly jump forward here to Sunday, I'm going to show you the European model here. And jumping forward to Sunday, look at this. High temperatures on Sunday well into the 90s across much of the state here on the European model. As we jump forward into Monday, another very hot day. Temperatures in the low, mid, upper 90s across the state for Monday here. Once again, this is the European model that I'm showing you. As we head into Tuesday, another hot day once again. Temperatures well into the 90s across a good chunk of the state of Illinois for Tuesday. And heading into Wednesday here, yet another day with temperatures in the 90s across the state. This is once again the European model that I'm showing you. And then even as we head into Thursday, temperatures in the 90s. And then finally for Friday, we're going to see a storm system move through that might bring some cold front potential across the state that will start to cool conditions down just a little bit. So in general, we'll start to talk about this more as we go through the next couple of days. But, we're going to be dealing with hotter temperatures as we go into next week from Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe even Thursday. Widespread temperatures getting well into the 90s. We're going to see an increase of moisture once again, so we'll see some humidity, maybe some elevated heat index values as well. So as we go forward over the next couple of days, we're going to start to look forward more towards this heat potential coming in for next week, and we'll definitely start to discuss that more here, like I said, as we move forward over the next couple of days. All right, here, let's just briefly check into the video chat here tonight, see if we can get to any comments or questions here. Bonnie checking in tonight from the Pontiac area. Thank you for tuning in. TN tuning in from YouTube. You're welcome. Yes, we do stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So if you prefer one platform over the other, you could find us both, like I said, YouTube Live or Facebook Live as well. Deborah checking in tonight from North Aurora. Didn't really see much action today up around your area, but that, the threat was always kind of isolated up around your area. Thank you for tuning in tonight from your area. Allison checking in from the Pontiac area. You've had some storms in your area tonight as well. And let's see here. Paul checking in here with a question just came in that I see here. Wondering about the potential for any sort of heat warning or heat advisory for next week. I wouldn't rule it out. Definitely is possible. We could be dealing with some sort of heat warning advisory for next week across portions of the state. Like I said, temperatures are going to rise starting on Sunday, continuing into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, perhaps even into Thursday. We could see widespread temperatures into the 90s during that period. Like I said, from Sunday to potentially Thursday, high temperatures into the 90s across the state. Heat index values could be elevated as well. So yeah, I would not totally rule out the possibility of seeing some heat headlines. And what I mean by heat headlines, that's warnings or advisories for the heat next week. I would say it's possible. Wouldn't say it's likely, but I would say it is possible, at least across portions of the state. Have Eric here tuning in from Chillicothe, that's not far from the Peoria area, mentioning the whole town is without power. Not surprised to hear that. Like I said, we did pick up some storms moving through the Peoria, Bloomington area here this evening, producing some damaging winds around that area. So thank you for that report as well. But really, that about sums it up for tonight. Going back to the current radar once again, we do have some areas of showers and thunderstorms across eastern and southern Illinois, but this activity is steadily moving off towards the southeast. So if you are in central southern Illinois, couple of lingering showers and thunderstorms here over the next several hours, but it does look like the severe weather threat is about to come to an end here for the state tonight. So once again, to reiterate here, central southern Illinois, couple more showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight, but the severe weather threat is about to come to an end across the state for tonight. Now, once again, as we move forward over the next couple of days, what we're going to start to talk about more is the temperatures, because we are expecting hot and humid conditions to move into the region for next week, starting on Sunday and then going all the way into late next week. Going to be seeing widespread temperatures into the 90s every day from Sunday through Thursday, as it looks like across at least a good chunk of the state. Elevated moisture levels, humidity levels, which combined with the hot temperatures could lead to some elevated heat index values as well. So hot and humid conditions is what we're going to start to talk about more here over the next couple of days for that Sunday through Thursday time period. See Allison checking in from the Joliet area regarding Saturday. Saturday's not going to be too bad. You'll be in the 80s around the Joliet area on Saturday. The real heat and humidity doesn't start to move in until Sunday across the state, and then like I said, it'll continue all the way into the end of next week. And like I said, we'll start to talk about that more here over the next couple of days. But that will pretty much wrap it up for tonight. Like I said, severe weather threat is now starting to fade and wind down tonight across the state, but we do still have the chance of some showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight across central southern Illinois. Wouldn't totally rule out maybe an isolated severe weather threat, but overall, the main organized severe weather threat is about to come to an end for tonight across the state. So with that said, we'll wrap up this discussion for tonight. Like I said, stay tuned over the next couple of days. We'll start to discuss the heat and humidity on the way for the state as we head from Sunday on into early and middle portions of next week. But for now, everyone have a great rest of your Thursday night.